What's up, my bearded bros? Bearded Maniac here with another World Series rebuild, and this week we are moving on to the American League since last week we did the National League, and we are taking on the Oakland Athletics. Now, as you can see, their 2016 record was 69.93. They finished 5th with only a 25% batting average and a 4.25 ERA. Now, the challenge here is going to be building on the non-existent defense, contact, and speed that they have, while also trying to increase their middle of the pack pitch or power and pitching. Now, wish me luck, guys, and if you enjoy this kind of series, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Check out the rest of the episodes. So far, we have done the Cubs, Twins, Diamondbacks, Rays, and you know what? Just go check out the playlist. It's on my channel. Anyway, guys, wish me luck, and hope Bob Melvin probably gonna get fired. Right now, just looking at our roster, our starting pitching is an 86, 86A, which is pretty damn good. But our bottom three guys are 79, 78A, which should be an extremely tradable guy, or I could keep him. And then Andrew Triggs, who's a 76 with a lot of decently good trade bait here. We look at our relief. If we're probably going to keep 6 players, we got 4 we could just straight up keep. And then we just have to really trade Coolum and Axford to try to improve those guys. And definitely get rid of Wall, who's only a 47 overall. Closing pitcher, we might not need to improve him too much, but I would like to see if we could for a better guy. Our catcher definitely needs improvement. First base is pretty solid if I can't improve him anymore. Second base definitely needs improvement. Third base, pretty damn solid. Also pretty cheap, so I might keep him. And then shortstop, as you can see here, we are overpowered, but we got 2 solid shortstops right here. Might try to trade one for an improvement. Other than that, that's pretty good. Left fielder, we're solid there. We're pretty solid on center field. Right field's where we need to improve the most there. As you can see, our top 4 players are pitchers, and 6 out of our top 10 are pitchers. So we definitely need improvement. So this is before spring training, guys. So I'm gonna start trading away, and I'm just gonna fast forward through that. So stay tuned. Once I start trading, sign some free agents, and eventually get through spring training and start the regular season, I'll pause there, check out how our roster is doing, and then we'll continue from there like we normally do. Okay, guys, we just got done with spring training. Uh, we waved somebody. Who did we wave? We waved Ryan Matt. Why would we wave him? I don't. What the hell are you thinking? God damn it. Starting pitching, as you can see, it's looking solid. Lance McCullers leading it off, 88 overall, followed by Rick Porcello, Sonny Gray, Danny Salazar, and Sean Maine-iac. I'm sorry if I pronounced that name wrong. We also got solid trade bait with Cyrus Ibarra and Danny Belcher. For relief pitchers, we have a very solid bullpen right here. I was thinking that Ryan Madsen was going to be it, but I guess where he's older, I can make more sense of that. We got Sean Doolittle, Ryan Dull, Yimi Garcia, who we actually signed in free agency, who was supposed to only be a 74, Will Smith, Liam Hendricks, and Juan Nicasio. Closing pitcher, our starting closing pitcher is now Swang Hwan Oh. I am 99% sure I'm pronouncing that name wrong, so I apologize. And we got some solid trade bait behind him. Our starting catcher is now Wilson Contreras, with Jared Saltalamacchia signed from free agency to back him up. We're going to eventually try to trade Saltalamacchia when people are actually interested in him. First base is probably our strongest position. We have Eric Thames from the Brewers, and we have Yonder Alonso as backup. For second base, we have Jed Gyorko from the Cardinals. You can see he's an 86 overall currently, which is really solid. He's got extremely good power, which is going to help us. At third base, we have Ryan Healy. We really need probably a better third baseman, but he's a really good cheap option. He's got solid contact and power ratings, but his speed and stealing are a little slow, but he's a third baseman. For shortstop, as you can see, we slightly improved our position here. Jose Iglesias and Marcus Semien. Only really signed Jose Iglesias because his defense is incredible, and our overall defense is ranked, I believe, last place currently. For left field, we have Chris Davis and Jose Manzanillo, who we actually signed as one of those random free agent guys, and he actually made the major league roster, which is incredibly impressive. His reaction time's solid, his fielding's decent, his power, contact, and speed and stealing. His stealing's really good considering his speed's kind of shitty. Also, same thing happened with James Woodson backing up Rajai Davis in center field. Solid right center field right there. Right field, all we have is Michael Saunders. We need a better right fielder, but we can only do that when we start trading. So overall, not terrible, but not really the best. As you can see, this is where we rank in the league. We're currently 8th overall. Our power is 1st, defense 29th, pitching 8th, contact and speed 17th and 18th. So we did improve the areas which we wanted to improve, but we still need to improve a lot more if we're going to hope to make the postseason. So as standard protocol, we're going to sim the first month, and that's usually when those people become tradable. And we are 16. So, real quick, we did make some trades. As you can see, our starting pitcher is basically still the same. But we did make a trade for Darren O'Day and Will Harris in the bullpen to solidify that 87 and 86 overall. We did pay a hefty sum for them trade-wise. We traded all our prospects that were closing pitchers, but as you can see, it paid off in the bullpen. We got Wilson Contreras and Stephen Vogt now. We still have Jed Gyorko, but we traded for Chris Bryant to improve our third base overall. His fielding is solid, his power and contact is solid, his speed is solid. Great addition to the team, I believe. We also traded for Ender Inciarte, if you didn't see that part, and JD Martinez to improve our outfield. Now, if we look where we rank in the league currently, we are now second in talent. So I will take a look at free. So we look at our roster now. We look at got some nice backups just in case of injury. In the bullpen, still pretty solid backups. Closers, we got some solid backups. We got a solid backup third baseman in Mark Kana if we have to. We have a solid backup in Zarate. Scott also provides more solid backup. We got solid backups outfielders all the way. Actually, I will see if I can move these guys real quick to the 40-man roster, because I believe that won't hurt too much. Yeah. And now we start simulating the season even more. Let's do 3 weeks. We are rattling off we had a pretty impressive streak going. We were 16 and 9, so we're now 9 and 10 on the month. That makes me freaking sad. I gotta update the trading block here with some of these prospects we just traded for. I will check in a month as well to see if... Actually, I'll check at the end of the month to see if I can trade some of them guys. Because, okay, we finished the month decently. We're 33 and 20 overall. That ranks us first in our division. Astros are slumping. But we really got to see if we can trade people real quick. Our starters are still solid, even though a lot of them are running cold. I believe that should pick up, hopefully. Let's see. No, they're not interested at this point. Well, I'm going to have to sim a little further, guys. Try a couple more weeks. 3 and 6 in that stretch. I do not like it. Do not like it whatsoever. Man, no, sorry, I'm still a little new to this navigation thing. Still not interested. Hopefully we don't go too negative. Let's finish this month up. Come on, come on. 48 and 33. Oh, this is terrible. Inciarte is out for 3 to 4 weeks with a shoulder separation. So we really need to be able to trade now. Pick it up, pick it up. You want Eric Thames. Our backup for... pitcher, an 82 closer, and I can't, dude. I can't. Yeah, I'll take that trade. Hold on. I gotta sign these draft picks. 75 overall. Can I actually use you right now? Okay, make a trade. Let's see, we just got Jim Johnson. Let's throw that guy in. Who else did we just get? Looks like Thames made the All-Star roster. And Adonis Garcia. We need a center fielder in return. We could get Jacoby Ellsbury. No, we can't get Jacoby Ellsbury. Of course we can't get Jacoby Ellsbury. Why would they ever want to fucking give us a center fielder? We're the idiots who traded away our starter. Fuck. Jared Dyson. Solid backup. We did not improve any position whatsoever. So that trade was actually a bad one. Oh, okay. We all fumble a little bit every now and then. He's still out 1 to 2 weeks. So let's sim ahead and see what we get. JD Martinez, our right fielder, who has a capable backup for Jake Lamb and Patrick Corbin. What's our third baseman looking like right now? Chris Bryant. We don't have a backup for him. But what's JD Martinez doing this year? He's hitting 271. I'm sorry. I don't mind that production. Okay, we currently gonna move someone down to AAA. Which we look at our outfielders. I like having 2 backup outfielders right now. Having Scott Iles at as a third backup shortstop makes no sense to me. So I'm moving him. And currently we are a game and a half ahead of the Astros. We rank first on roster. Defense and speed is key. Wild card, we are currently let's see, they're 1.5, 2.5 games ahead, they're 4.5. So we're 6 games ahead for the second wild card spot, so that's a good sign. So if that's the case, I'm going to sim 6 games. We went 5-1. Sonny Gray is suffering from shoulder inflammation, so he's out 1 to 6 days. And yeah, I know the trade deadline's there, but our league, we're now 3.5 games ahead. And they're basically the same there, so we're about 8 games ahead of the second wild card. So we'll sim 8 games now and see how we do there. Now, if people don't want to trade with me, it's their choice. We went 5-3. I know you heard things, but you know, fuck it. We're now 3.5 games ahead of the Astros. The Astros are in a 3. They're 4.5 games ahead. No, I'm reading that wrong, aren't I? No, they're about 4.5 games ahead of the Mariners and the Orioles. So we're still about 8 games ahead of the second wild card, which is not bad. So if we sim another 8 games, that'd put us right here. Went 6-2. Looking at our pretty solid starting pitching right now, with Salazar being 11-6, 4-4, 10-7, 10-9, 13. Porcello 13-4 is actually kind of crazy right now. for the league, we are now 6.5 games ahead of the Astros, and the Astros are now 7 games ahead of the second place, or the guy out of the wild card. So if they're 7 games ahead, we're 6.5 games ahead of them, we can sim 13 games without worrying about getting knocked out of the playoffs, which is amazing. So that puts us right here. And everyone gets us one step closer. 85 and 48 overall so far. That's amazing. 8.5 games ahead of the Astros. The Astros are currently 8 games ahead of them. So we're now 16 games ahead of being safe from the playoffs. In fact, if you look at that, the magic number is creeping. It's at 14. If you don't know what the magic number is, it refers to the theory that once your wins and their losses add up to 163, or your losses and their wins, whoever has the higher losses is eliminated from the playoffs. Oh, look at that streak of wins. I love seeing that. That was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 wins in a row. That's freaking crazy. Sanchez is now 15 and 8 with a 2.7 ERA. Oh my god, that is actually incredible. I've never had a guy I traded for do that freaking solid. Ever. It is amazing. We are now 15 games ahead of the Astros. We are now guaranteed to win the division. We are locked in. We clinched it. Us and the Red Sox are battling for first place. Right now we have identical records. It's kind of hilarious. The Dodgers have clinched a postseason appearance, but they don't clinch the division yet. So it's the Dodgers, Athletics, and Red Sox guaranteed to be in the playoffs right now, which is amazing improvement over how the Athletics are actually doing. In fact, I actually picked the Athletics today because how they're doing so bad in the actual season. I'm taking on the winner of the wild card playoff game, which means we had the best record in the American League. In awards, we got Delivery Man of the Year, Sung Hwan Oh, probably once again butchering the hell out of that. Right here, 51 saves with a 1.49 ERA. That is the definition of a solid acquisition. We didn't have anybody else lead any major league categories, but if we surf through super quick, Thames was tied for 8th with hits, which is solid. Doubles, nobody up there. Nobody up there on triples. Home runs, Thames was up there. RBI, Thames, Davis, and Martinez were all up there with 94 or more. Runs, Thames was up there with 105. Jared Dyson had 33 stolen bases, so that's pretty freaking solid. Walks, nobody up there really. On base percentage, not really anything noticeable. Wins, this is where it gets noticeable. Steven Matz, Porcello, Aaron Sanchez, and Danny Salazar, all guys we traded for with 15 or more wins. That is pretty damn good. And not only that, but losses. Sonny Gray, Rick Porcello. We didn't trade for Sonny Gray. We got lucky and started with him. They only had 5 losses. They're tied for second, both of them. Saves, we led the league with 51, at least our starting closer did. We also had Will Harris get 3. And Darren O'Day get 2, which Darren O'Day was an acquisition, so that helps. ERA, the Red Sox are right up there with Pomeranz, David Price, and Chris Sale. They usually are with every simulation. Steven Matz, a late addition, was up there. Sanchez, another late addition, was up there. Home runs allowed, not so good. Aaron Sanchez had 3 shutouts. Strikeouts, Sanchez and Matz were up there with over 200, so that's pretty damn good. Innings pitched, we had Porcello pitch 216, Sanchez and Matz pitch over 200 as well. I like that. Porcello only had 34 walks. I do like that. Pitching WAR, an important stat. Matz had 4.1. Our batters, our closest one was Gary Sanchez with a 5.5. He was a late addition from the Yankees. He batted 276 with 122 hits, 31 home runs, and 79 RBIs. That's really solid. No stolen bases, so that's not bad. He played in 119 games. But the moment you've all been waiting for, besides seeing who's in the playoffs, the Mariners did sneak past the Astros to steal the second wild card, to steal the wild card spot. Literally, the Astros finished one game out with 2 teams tied because they went 2-8 in the last 10 games. So basically, the 5th ranked team in the league missed the playoffs because they had a 2-8 record in the last 10 games of the year. The Indians won their division, Red Sox won their division, and actually finished 1 game behind us. They finished 6-4. We finished 4-6, so they almost caught us. We have the Dodgers winning their division again, because they always do. Cardinals winning their division, which is new. Actually, the Cubs didn't win theirs, but then again, that could be because we traded for Chris Bryant and messed them up a little bit. Nationals and Mets both made it, so that's solid. And team rankings, I guess we can check that. We don't usually do that. 4th in average, 1st in runs, 3rd in hits. We don't rank up there. 1st in home runs by 20, because Chris Davis, the guy we kept being smart, had 38. And Chris Bryant had 34. Runs batted in, we're number 1. Caught stealing, we were 2nd fewest, which is awesome. As you can see, our center fielders ended up being extremely productive, especially considered Enciarte was out for a multitude of time. Slugging percentage, number 1. Total bases, number 1. Granted, double plays, we weren't there. We were about mid-pack, which isn't that good. Fielding percentage, our defense, as you can see, one of the worst defenses in the league. I think. I can't find us. Oh, right there. 9.88, which sucks. Our catchers were probably holding us up right there. ERA, not 13th. That's not terrible. Saves first, obviously. Blown saves 2nd, which is also an extremely important statistic. Strikeouts 4th. I like that. Win percentage 2nd in the league. Batting average 4th. That's already went over that. And let's get into the postseason. See who we're facing first. We are facing the Mariners. 1 game at a time. 10-3 win. Aaron Sanchez with a 4.05 ERA. What that tells me is he allowed all 3 runs. Which is actually, I'm going to check out this box score real quick. How did our batting do? Enciarte with 4 hits, 3 runs. Simeon had a home run. Martinez had 2 home runs. Brian and Gaddis had a home run. That's pretty freaking nuts. We lost this one in a close batting race. Ryan Dull, 6 ERA with 3 innings pitched. Got the loss. And due to that, I would say he allowed 2 runs, which isn't technically that terrible. A 9-1 victory with Parcello pitching a complete game. A loss because of Sonny Gray again. We have Aaron Sanchez versus James Paxton. And we have been eliminated from the playoffs because of Yimi Garcia, the free agent we picked up. I'm going straight to the pitching. He allowed 2 runs in 1/3 of an inning. Dull allowed 6 earned runs in 2 innings. And Sanchez got pulled after allowing 3 earned runs with 7 walks in 4 innings. Oh, guys. Sorry. Let's send the postseason, see who wins. And again, the Mariners at least made it to the World Series, so the Dodgers won the World Series yet again. Eventually, we will make a champion to beat them. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. If you have any National League teams you'd like to pitch, just let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.